Well, tonight the school board reconvened from a recess meeting earlier this month, and if you didn't get a chance to catch it, well, you missed a lot. So let's go ahead and get you caught up on exactly what transpired tonight. You know, it's been just over 13 months since we've had some very significant news to report concerning the tornado-damaged schools. Tonight, a big step in getting the rebuild process going for West Wilson Middle and Stoner Creek Elementary. County Attorney Mike Jennings, he would take the board into executive session shortly after the meeting started, and then afterwards, he offered this summation of what the board would need to vote on to get these projects out of the ground.
There were many good questions asked about what we discussed back there tonight, and I will disclose that publicly here in just a minute, but I want to say to everyone, while we were gone for some time, this is a critical part of the process that we've been through for some time now. And there have been, over the last few days and weeks, some discussions about settlement of the claim that we have against Travelers Insurance Company. We threw out a number a while back, and there's been some discussions, been several telephone calls with our John McCoof with NFA, and we have reached a point where Travelers Insurance has advised us that they have given us what they consider to be their walkaway number. And what I mean by that is their walkaway number is this is what they are willing to pay at this point in time with a release and settlement within the next couple of weeks. They're not going to go any further. That was questioned. You know, we didn't want to leave any money on the table. We questioned that. This is their walkaway number. We discussed it back there tonight. So let me say to you, because I know there's a lot of interest out there of the parents and everyone concerned, the walkaway number that's been offered to us is $53,747,077.31. Now there's a lot of different components to that, and I'm not going to go into that out here tonight publicly, because the bottom line is that number. Now, as I said to you before, do I wish they offered more money? Yes. Do I think they should offer more money? Yes. But the insurance company, on just about any kind of dispute, reaches a point where they know that the difference between what you want and what they're willing to pay, you've got to figure out whether or not it's worth the risk of going through litigation, which will probably take another 2 years, whether it be mediation, arbitration, or litigation. Probably take 2 years. And you need to, your schools have been down long enough, as y'all know, and it's through no fault of yours, through no fault of anybody in here. But at this point in time, they have made this offer, and they've said it is their final offer. So I will recommend it to you tonight. I have no problem doing that. As I say, I wish it was more money, but we knew all along the money that we first proposed, they were not going to pay that. But we wanted to get to a point, and this is the point. So the decision you have to make on this is whether or not you accept this offer or you go to litigation or arbitration or whatever it is. The other thing, keep in mind, is you still have a FEMA claim to make. And you cannot make that until you get ready to bid the schools and you know what it's going to cost you. Then you can make that claim to FEMA, as I understand it. So there's more money out there. How much more, we're not real sure. And the factor you have here is you don't know what your bids are going to come in on those schools. But the people that have been working this, the quote experts, have got a pretty good idea. So if this is approved, you'll be where you'll be ready to bid the projects. You'll be ready to go forward, and for lack of a better term, the dominoes can start falling about everything that needs to happen. But this is the one we've got to make a decision on tonight. So that's my recommendation to you. Is it? Do I wish there was more money? I do, but this will allow you to demolish some schools, portions of them, and start building and get get people excited about their schools again.
Now, the board would go on and approve that offer unanimously. So a positive step in that direction for sure. Another big piece to come out of tonight's meeting was a recommendation from Director of Schools, Dr. Donna Wright. In her recommendation, taking overcrowding looming at the middle school level going into next school year, her recommendation was to do this, to alleviate that, would to create an elementary village of sorts on the campus of Stoner Creek Elementary. And what that would entail would be 20 portable classroom units, 2 classrooms per unit, holding 20 students per classroom, for a grand total of holding up to close to 800 students in that portable village, that elementary village that she spoke of earlier tonight. Now, what that would mean is Mount Juliet Middle would be converted into a 6th and 7th grade school between Mount Juliet Middle and West Wilson Middle. 8th graders from West Wilson Middle, they would stay at Mount Juliet High School. 8th graders from Mount Juliet Middle, well, they would stay at Green Hill High School. If you're not a part of a cluster of those schools, I know it sounds confusing, but if you are part of those schools, it makes a lot more sense. But this also was approved unanimously tonight by the school board. So again, that recommendation goes off without a hitch, and that elementary village will be put into place for Stoner Creek Elementary on their site next school year. So they will return home of sorts and watch their school be rebuilt. So good news there. All right, we're going to talk much more about this in the months to come, so no need to worry about that. We'll keep you up to speed every step of the way. That's the latest coming out of the latest news coming from the school board. A lot of moving parts this week. We've had Director of Schools finalist interviews today, 2 of them, the nightcap with this meeting, so a triple header here at the ATC. Be sure to join us on Wednesday because the director finalist interviews were today. Well, they will vote. The school board will vote on our new director of schools on Wednesday, April 14th, 6 o'clock. So be sure to join us on the live stream for that. A long day here at the ATC comes to an end. I'm out of here, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of the night. And I'll be sure to talk to you again real soon. I'm Bart Barker with Wilson County Schools. Good night, everyone.